Hey, what's happening out there? I hope everybody's having a good evening on this Sunday, April the 6th, 2025. Welcome to another episode of On the Cutting Room Floor. I'm your host, Tony Ray Harvey. Always doing my thing out here in the southwest part of Sacramento, Greenhaven pocket area. Let's get right down into it. So, peace in. Zach LaVine scored 37 points, including 3 made threes in the fourth quarter to help guide the Kings to a spirited 120-113 win over the Eastern Conference leaders, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They win tonight on their 6-game road trip. So that's 2 straight. They beat the Charlotte Hornets the other night after dropping the first 3 on this roadie. So they have one more. They will be in Detroit tomorrow, so they have to travel far, being there in Cleveland, and that'll be the last game of the 6-game road trip. That'll be the last game of this regular season road trips, and then they'll finish off their season, the Kings that is, with a 3-game homestand here at Golden One Center, and it's going to be kind of tough as well. But they won the last 2. I don't know about this team, folks. It's just so draining, and what they do and how they do it, and it's just been. I believe I've said this before too, and of course, nothing changes here. I do want the Kings organization to remove that interim tag off of the head coaching position off of Doug Christie. I really do want to see him get this job full time starting at the end of the season, no matter what happens. But this is one of the most, a lot of people call it roller coaster. Okay, you can call it that. It's disturbing, and there has been some high notes as well, but it's definitely been one of the strangest seasons that I have been a part of in almost 25 years. Almost 25 years. And I say that with pride too, 25 years. I don't know. Hey, the team right now, they're 38. Let me make sure this. They're 38-40. They are 19-21 on the road. As I said, they were on a 3-game losing streak to open up the 6-game roadie. They won their previous game before going on the road, the Portland Trail Blazers, after having a rough homestand, 7-game homestand, which they finished 3-4. You like that part, but then the loss to Washington the other night. It's just mind-boggling of what this team will put you through, doing what they put a reporter through, such as myself. So, hey, whatever happens, happens. They're 2 games off for a 40-game win season, and that'd be 3 straight winning seasons. Well, not 3 straight winning seasons, but 3 seasons winning 40 or more games. I do like that part. They are still, having this little seesaw battle with the Dallas Mavericks for this play-in spot, the 9th spot that is, where they could host the first game if they remain in that 9th spot. They're definitely not going to get to the 8th spot, and I believe that 8th spot right now is reserved by the Memphis Grizzlies, who was probably in 5th place about a week ago. And as we know, they fired their coach, Taylor Jenkins, and with 9 games remaining. But that's in the Eastern Conference. So I'm sorry, that's also in the Western Conference. But yeah, the Kings, just a strange season. Just a strange season to sum up everything. But they get the win tonight. Folks know I haven't been available these last couple of games. As you know, the A's of Sacramento, that's what I'm going to call them, at least for this podcast. The A's of Sacramento have started, their journey here in the City of Trees. They opened up with an 0-3 record at Sutter Health Park against the Chicago Cubs. My Chicago Cubs, I like to say that, but I am definitely supporting the A's this season. Matter of fact, I think they did pretty well with the Colorado Rockies. They will be back in town for a 3-game homestand against the San Diego Padres. So that'll be starting April 7th, 8th, and 9th. So hopefully I'll be able to catch 1-2 of those games. But right now, everything that I'm dealing with is the state capital news. So that comes first amongst everything. But I'm liking the environment that the A's have brought. I hope they can win some more games here. I hope they can start off winning here in their temporary home. So let's see what goes on there. But right now it's the Sacramento Kings, and as I mentioned before, my man Zach LaVine, 37 points. 37 points. He had 11 points in that fourth quarter. He made 3 threes, and then he made a key basket towards the end. And Malik Monk, he made a couple free throws to seal the deal. So they get their 38th win and their second win on the 6-game road trip. Do like that. Some other great performances here. DeMar DeRozan had 28 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists, while Domantas Sabonis, he added 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists for the Kings. And the Kings, they made 44 of 82 shots from the floor for 53.7%, 14 of 33 beyond the arc for 42.4%, and 18 of 22 from the foul line at 81.8%. Keon Ellis, he had 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals for Sacramento. As you know, he is starting. Malik Monk is coming off the bench. As a matter of fact, Malik finished with 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists in 20 minutes. Those are some really good numbers compared to the starters. DeMar DeRozan, he played 40 minutes. Trey Lau, he played 40 minutes. He started in the place of Keegan Murray, who did not play tonight. Domantas, 39 minutes. Zach LaVine, 42 minutes. And Keon, 39 minutes. So they are going to Detroit, to the Motor City, with some heavy legs. So hopefully Doug be able to work that out and get more from his reserve, which he basically didn't today. They were outscored 41-10. The bench reserves were outscored 41-10. And Malik Monk was leading the way with 8 points. Jonas Valanciunas, he had 2 points. And that's it. That's it. Devin Carter, he did play 6 minutes. But I know the way that game was rolling, I probably would have did the same thing too. So Doug had to coach it the way it is, and he need everything out there on that floor to make that possible. And it is possible. It is possible. So Ty Jerome had 20 points off the bench to lead the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers, they fall to 62-16 on the season, 33-6 at Rocket Arena. So the Kings went in there and became the 6th team to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers at home on their floor. Donovan Mitchell produced 19 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley scored 17 and 16 points respectively for Cleveland. The Sacramento Kings. So yeah, this is where we're going with this right now. At least here, on the Sacramento front, there's been talk all week about what's going to happen with this team after the season. They still have a chance to make the playoffs. Call it miracles, call it effort, call it determination, but there is an opportunity if they can put things together. But they got to play well these last 4 games to at least get that home floor advantage over Dallas, try to get that, and then try to get another one to get into the playoffs. But this is what they are faced with. This thing came back up about, Domantas Sabonis want to see where this team direction, where it's going. So that's always talk. It's always talk. Okay, this is where we are. Okay, I don't know if they're going to move off of him at this point. He's still a Sacramento King. He got a few more years on that fat contract. I think he's getting like an average of $40 million for the next 3-4 years per. So we'll see. Malik, he was starting. Now he's been thrust back into the 6-man role. And then DeMar DeRozan, who questioned the organization basically through the media, through a report, right after De'Aaron Fox was traded. They have to see what they want to do with him. He has another year guaranteed, and then he has a partially guaranteed contract in that third year of that contract. But DeMar is 35 years old, so I know he's looking to be somewhere that's at least a contender, which he thought was going to be Sacramento Kings this season, but everything went off in different directions, so they have to see what's happening. What I'm saying is, yes, these conversations, whether it's among that organization, the Sacramento Kings, or among the media, or with the spectators, with the fans, they need to be had. Why not have it? Why not talk about it? Because it will be talked about now and through the end of the season and right into the off season. So whatever happens, we certainly will see. Look like if they stay in the play-in tournament, they're going to lose their draft pick. They will lose their draft pick to the Atlanta Hawks. So there's a lot of things going on here, but I will say it again, and I'll say it a million times. Keep Doug Christie. Keep Doug Christie, because, look what's happening. Sometimes these teams act like they don't want to show him nothing, but then they come back and they win a game like this against Cleveland. This is the second time they didn't beat Cleveland this season. And they are the leading team in the NBA Eastern Conference with 62 wins. 62. They're 5 games ahead of the next person. I think that the next team, and I think that's the Boston Celtics. Kings have beat them twice. And that's an accomplishment within itself. I don't even want to, diminish or discount that at all, because they played from tip-off right to the end of the buzzer. Right until the end of the buzzer sound. So I'll give them that. But who knows what'll happen tomorrow, in Detroit, and especially, looking at these heavy minutes that the starters play. Maybe they have something else left in the tank and they can pull it off. But Sacramento Kings, just the Sacramento Kings. So yes, it will be an interesting offseason for sure. And not to forget, all this movement, Luke Louts, he's the head coach at Florida State. He left the coaching staff. Wes Wilcox, he's at the University of Utah. He's their general manager. He left, okay? As we know, De'Aaron Fox traded, Mike Brown fired back in the end of December. A lot of things going on. So yeah, Keegan Murray, he did not play tonight. Jake LaRavia, he did not play tonight. And the Kings won. They beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yes, they did. I won't go too much into that. Oh yeah, we do have to highlight the fact that DeRozan, he made a technical foul free throw at the 5:03 mark of the third quarter for his 26,190th point to pass Jerry West on the all-time scoring list. So he moved into the 26th spot, and he's still climbing the charts. As well as Stephen Curry, who's a current active player too. He's just about 100 points ahead of DeRozan. So on that, for you, Mr. DeRozan, who had 28 points tonight. Oh yeah, Mitchell did leave the game. He left early in the third quarter. It looked like it was a left ankle injury. I'm not sure what it was, but he was able to return towards the end of the quarter, the 3:02 mark of the third quarter, and he finished out the game with his 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. As I said before, the Cleveland bench outscored the Kings 41-10, and the Cavs also outscored the Kings in the paint 68 48. 68-48. Okay. Sabonis got off real good in that first quarter. He made 6 or 7 shots. He made his one and only a 3-point shot in that period. 2 for 2 from the free throw line for 15 points in that first quarter. He had 19 first half points and 8 rebounds. He only finished the game with 9 rebounds, so that's kind of strange. He only had 1 rebound in the second half, but I guess it didn't matter. Kings won. So yeah, they'll play the final back-to-back on this road trip, and the final road trip of the season in Detroit tomorrow, and then they will return back here to Sacramento. Well, they will play starting April 9th, Denver. 2 days later, the Clippers. And the last game of the season, 2 days later, April 13th, the Phoenix Suns. So I don't think anything's going to really be happening here with the Phoenix Suns. They're about a couple games behind the Kings and the Mavericks. And I think they're on a 5-game losing streak, 5 or 6 game losing streak. I think they're pretty much done. This battle right now for 9th and 10th, or for 9th at least, is between the Kings and the Mavericks. Hey, look, I do want to thank you for tuning in for another episode of On the Cutting Room Floor. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to always keep asking you this. I'm always going to keep doing this. I think periodically, but not frequently, throughout the summer, I will probably add a few podcasts for the A's. Win or lose, I just want everybody to stay on top of this team. Of course, I want them to stay here in the city of trees. That's not guaranteed. Las Vegas do have their mark on this team. That is supposed to be their destination after 3 seasons, or maybe 4 seasons, maybe 5 seasons. Who knows? But I will definitely cover them as much as possible, and try to share, my commentary with you all as I have, for the NBA and the Sacramento Kings. So that is where we are. Yeah. Okay. Mike Bibby, he was made his introductory as the head coach of the Sacramento State University Hornets. That was on Tuesday. Of course, I was at that press conference. There's a lot of people at that press conference, of course. So that's pretty interesting to see, what he's got going on there. I'm looking to do a full report later on, but I know right now Mike Bibby is dealing with recruiting, preparing for the next season. So looking forward to the Hornets doing something on the basketball court starting next season with the former Sacramento Kings, Mike Bibby, as the leader. So that looks good. As a matter of fact, I think he brought on his son. I think this is the first time I hadn't seen his son in years. The last time I saw him, he was, oh man. No, maybe, it's been about, I can't even remember, but I'll say one thing though. Just listening to Mike Bibby's son talk, his voice pattern, his tone is just like his dad, like Mike. I believe if you turn off the light and just let both of them talk, you wouldn't know which one is Mike. You probably wouldn't know which one is Mike. Well, they're both Mike. Pretty interesting stuff. But it was a nice little thing. I know he was nervous. This is his first head coaching job. And support Michael Bibby. He's a legend. Sacramento King legend. No doubt about that. Okay, I may be back tomorrow night. And I may not be. If not, I will definitely do one of these home game, last 3 games, leading up into the play-in for the Sacramento Kings. Most definitely. As I mentioned before, the A's, the Athletics, will be involved in the 3-game homestand at Sutter Health Park starting tomorrow. I have to see, what my state capital work, where that falls, and maybe I'll be able to catch tomorrow night's game or Tuesday, and maybe Wednesday. That's afternoon game on Wednesday, same day that the Kings play too. So we'll see how that work out as well. But I am looking forward to do at least 1 or 2 more of these before the season ends, and then we'll see what happens in the de facto postseason play-in tournament. So once again, thank you for tuning in for another episode of On the Cutting Room Floor. I'm your host, Tony Harvey, and I will see you the next time. Peace.